Hello everyone, my name is Ninjaz, and today we'll be taking a look at Victory Command.
Bombs away.
Victory Command is a new early access title by Petroglyph and Playgrid games. It claims to be a military MOBA, and while it's technically a MOBA, yes, it's very much different than your usual MOBA fare like, for example, League of Legends or Dota. And that's not a bad thing. Victory Command is more of what I would call an arena RTS. You start by choosing a company, which is a group of units, and then queuing for a match. Currently, as of this video, since the game is in early access state, there's not a whole lot more to matchmaking than that. Companies are by default set up in a rock, paper, scissors kind of way, where tank beats recon, recon beats infantry, and infantry beats tank. However, after gaining experience with a certain company, you'll be able to unlock new companies or customize your existing one in order to open up more options. Upon choosing a company and clicking the big red shiny battle button, you'll be dropped into a 5 versus 5 match lobby where you can see who you'll be facing off against, as well as choose from an assortment of drones to assist you during the course of the game. These range from simple spy drones that reveal an area, drones that give off a speed boost to allies, reduce enemy vision, some that damage other nearby drones, or finally, drones that reduce enemy debuffs on you or your allies. One important tactical note is that these drones can be dropped pretty much anywhere on the map, and can be used to hassle your enemies or aid your allies. Likewise, every company will have one or two skills that you can use, often also benefiting you or your allies, or harming your enemies. Games consist of point control match style of play, where there will be 3 points on the map, A, B, and C. Moving units into the area of influence around a point will capture it, unless there are enemies in the area, which will cause it to become contested and turn gray. Only one unit needs to be at a point to be able to capture or contest it. When one team controls more points than the other, their fuel score will go up. Once the fuel score reaches 250, the winning team will then launch a missile and destroy the losing team's base. After the match, you'll see the outcome screen where your experience points and credits are tabulated, so you'll be able to see exactly how much rewards you got for the match. You'll also be able to check scores and see some other match details. After that, it's back to the main interface screen where you can spend your hard-earned experience points and credits to improve your company or even unlock other companies or abilities. I should note, when you unlock something, you essentially need to buy it twice to be able to use it. Once using experience points to unlock it, and then once more using credits to actually buy it. Only then will you be able to actually use it. Also, if you do unlock a new company, you may have to wait a little bit before it pops up in your company list. The servers kind of need some time to wake up. In addition to the drones and company skills, each company is able to be improved by outfitting them with perks. By default you only have one, but as you unlock things, you can take up to 4 of them into battle with you. These will provide you with a range of small benefits, from increases in damage to resistances or healing when certain conditions are met. Small benefits they may be, but they really can turn the tide in a close fight. It's also important to note that these perks aren't free to use. At the standard level, they cost about 5 perk supply points per pack, per match, meaning that if you take all 4 of them, you will be using 20 perk supply points up per battle. You can get more perk supply points by unlocking things on the enhancement tree.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's the simple gist of it, but there's quite a bit more to playing the game than that, so I'll give you a quick rundown of some things you should probably keep in mind while playing. First off, when playing the game, you need to pay attention to your surroundings. Even up against an opponent that you're weak against, you can still do some damage if you use the terrain to your advantage. For example, there are many patches of brush around the map. Hiding inside of these, like other MOBA games, will hide you from view. When hidden, you'll see a little eye icon over your units, indicating that they're in stealth. You can also take the high ground. There's many places in the maps that have vantage points, in particular around capture areas. From these points, you'll be able to see quite a ways, and fire down on your enemies. In addition, in many cases you'll also be stealthed. This can cause quite a panic for your enemies if they're trying to avoid taking a lot of damage, and you can often force them to either pull back, or if they have one, pop up a spy ground to try to find you. Next, work with your teammates. I cannot stress this enough. In a game where there is no single unit that outpowers all of the others, you need to rely on your allies to cover your weaknesses, and likewise, you need to cover theirs. This means you need to be coordinating with them and paying attention to things that are happening all over the map, not just to you. Or remember how I said you can use drones and many skills on your allies just as well as yourself? Sometimes it's much more worthwhile to save an ally from doom by using your shield or cloak on them so they can get to safety, rather than reserving for yourself just in case. I mean, it'll recharge anyways.
Yes, sir. 5.
Also, you can indicate to your allies where you intend to go, or make suggestions to them by first clicking on their name, or yours, and then clicking where you want them to move. It'll ping the map for your team and indicate in chat that you want a particular player to move there. Just don't be obnoxious with it, okay? Remember, you're only part of a team. You're not the guy in charge.
Enemy now in the lead.
And as always, show a little class and good sportsmanship. Even if you've lost, don't start berating your team. A simple GG can go a long ways. Most rounds are only between 10 and 15 minutes anyways, so it's not like you can't just try again. Well, that about wraps it up, I think. There is a lot more nuances and things to the game than what I've just talked about here, but a lot of that will be more clear with experience. Also, remember the game is still in early access. It's not complete yet, so there are some features that aren't finished or perfected. There are those times where matchmaking will just put you in a horribly one-sided match, either in your favor or against it. Or you may end up with some bugs or crashes. Just take it all in stride and hope that the devs fix it. I myself find the game to be a lot of fun, even though competitive MOBA play isn't really my cup of tea. So if you're interested, give it a shot. Who knows, you may just find another hidden gaming gem. Once again, I'm Ninjaz, and the game is Victory Command. If you like the video, please feel free to give me a like, comment, or subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time.
Yes, sir. Headed in now. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Point gain, 50%.
Acknowledge. Target optimal. Heading in now.